Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting video from Thice. Well, guys, a new trailer has just dropped for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I thought I'd do a quick little analysis of everything we see in the trailer and try and suss out some secrets and maybe do some theorizing about what is and isn't going to be included in the game. So, if you haven't seen the trailer already, go and watch it, guys. Because I'm going to be taking it slow through this and pausing. So, if you just want to get the full effect of the trailer, go watch it. If not, come, let's have a look. Alright, so let's pause straight away. We can already see on the wall there, we've got a photo of, or pictures of like stickers of Applin. And this is actually on a cupboard of Applin, of Drifloon, of Hatini, and this is obviously in the Scarlet version because there's a lot of people who were theorizing the orange and the grapes were going to be a big symbol in the game. And over here you can see the orange on her backpack. Alright, and this is the violet one. Alright, let's pause here. As you know that this is a Spanish region, or the game is based on the region of Spain. We've got a weather vane on the top here. Nothing too drastic that I can notice in this particular part of the picture. Alright, here is a very interesting top-down view showing a split path here next to some water. There are some fences here, so even though this game is supposed to be entirely open world, I do wonder if certain areas of the landscape are going to be blocked off by things like fences or cliffs, and that you won't be able to go over them. Although in X and Y, they did have the Pokemon Skidoo that allowed you to jump over ledges, so I wonder if they'll implement something like that for this game, but more on that later. Here we get our first glimpse of what I think is going to be Pokemon centers in this game. So instead of having main Pokemon centers in your town, I think you're going to have this like all-in-one stop. It's got like a parking spot here, and then that's also going to come into play later with something I want to say. But you've got the Pokemon Center, and then you've got your Pokemart included there. Here we see quite prominently, everybody was right, the oranges and the grapes for Scarlet and Violet. And here's an overall shot. You can see a beach leading down there, so maybe you'll be able to go into the ocean, maybe not. We also see a very tall mountain in the background here with what seems to be a waterfall coming down it. And there seems to be some ruins in the corner over here, so maybe this is where you'll find like very type of ghost Pokemon or stone Pokemon, who knows. Alright, and here we get our first look at the professors. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to the motif of this trailer. So in this trailer, you can see that Pokemon is very much focusing on the idea of old world versus new world. So over here, the professor on the left has very sort of rugged, almost prehistoric cavewoman-like clothing, whereas the professor on the right is wearing very futuristic neon light clothing, and his haircut is very controlled and modern, whereas hers is all wild and all over the place. Now this idea runs through the whole game, and you'll even see this in the box art legendaries, when we get to them. This is Professor Sada and Professor Turo. And of course we have our three starters here. We've got Sprigatito, Quaxley, and of course everybody's favorite Chompy Boy. Here we see Sprigatito and some lovely flowers swirling around, although I must say I'm a bit disappointed by how low quality these flowers are. Of course the game is not released yet, that could always change, but yeah, that could really do some bumping up. I've recently been playing Ni no Kuni on the Switch, and that really shows like the graphics level you can get on the Switch. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the graphics will improve. We got Quaxley over there. I love the little animation of his quaff flapping in the water though. And there's good old Chompy Boy with an orange. And then this is apparently our rival in the game. She seems quite a bit older than the characters we're going to be playing as, which is interesting. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. All right. You also see that she's got sort of like a brace on her arm, and we read more about when we read more about her later, we'll get into the idea of maybe why that's important. And here we see one of our first new Pokemon to be revealed, the Pikachu clone of this generation. Now, I was interested to see underneath the paw if maybe they had a pad there, because they mention later in the decks that they store electricity in their paws as well as their cheeks. But yeah, it's pretty cute. The strange thing with these is when I first saw them in the 3D model form like this, I didn't really like them. But when I saw the 2D art, they really shone forth there. So yeah. And this is your first Pokemon battle, so let's just have some fun. So obviously this is really early on in the game. Also, you'll notice there's like a world map feature here. So I wonder if this is where you'll access your multiplayer features and you'll be able to trade. I'm not too sure. Also, again, the idea of transport there, guys. See the tire in the background? Alright, and over here, the power of science is amazing. Guy returns. He has to be in every single game. We also see signposts. I wonder if you'll be able to interact with them and help you find your way. As I've said, this is an open world game, so being able to not get lost is more important than ever. And up to 4 of you at a time can play this game together. How awesome is that, guys? It's multiplayer for up to 4 players. Now, how much of it is multiplayer? They haven't quite said. And here we see Pokemon following. So at least for the multiplayer part here, this is confirmed that your Pokemon will be able to follow you, which is pretty cool. And here we get a bit of a better look at the Pokemon Center symbol here. We also get a bit of a look at trainer customization. So you can see that each of the trainers look completely different. They're wearing the same or similar clothing, but each of them are dressed uniquely, which I think is awesome. All right, and here we get a parting shot. Now, Fuecoco over there is busy staring at him, where Quaxley and Pikachu and Sprigatito are all in the background there. So it looks like the trainers run off and then the Pokemon follow, but at quite a large distance. Now, whether this is just for the trailer or whether this is in the game they follow that far away, I don't know. Right, and here we see them running, and we're going to get a better look at the types of environments we'll have in the game. Over here, we have sort of like a Badlands terrain. We have a coastal terrain over here, a tundra and a cave, and they're all dressed in the different outfits. Same outfits, but very different customization over here. Different hats, at least. Let's go. Now we focus on more of the Badlands environment over here. Yeah, nothing much to say except there's a very tall mountain. I wonder if you'll be able to have riding Pokemon or flying Pokemon that can take you up there. And we get our beautiful Fleshender from X and Y. Got our Flappy. And some new ones. Now this one is a very, very cool reference because Spain is famous for their olive oil. And this is a little olive Pokemon. I wonder if you'll also get a black olive. There we go. Catching animation. Alright, over here is the coastal area. You can see once again very tall mountains in the background. And everybody's favorite new Pokemon. So people have absolutely fallen in love with Lechonk, especially the name. He's a little chunky boy. And we get our first look at the battle screen. So we can check status over here. We've got Quaxley's HP over here and Lechonk's. Also, it looks like we'll be battling like we did in Legends Arceus with just the wild around us and no specific battle screen. We've also got our level over here and the Pokemon displayed and the gender of the Pokemon. As you can see, this is really early on in the game by the levels. We've got the battle, Pokemon, bag, and run. Nothing really changed about the interface. What I do find interesting is these little yellow lines. I don't know if those are just there for cinematic or if you'll be able to hide your UI in battle. I don't know. Also, unfortunately, the Pokemon don't run up to each other. It's a bit of a downer. But look on this little boy's shirt. There seems to be a bull. Now, is that a Taurus, a Buffalant, or is that an entirely new bull-type Pokemon? Spain is known for their bulls. We also have some Flabebe in the background over there. And we can't really see anything else hiding in the background here from what I can see. but there definitely will be trainers. Also, is it just me, or does this Tootle look a bit of a different blue? I don't know if it's just the lighting, but this is more of a grey than a blue to me. Alright, and here we see the tundra and the cave biomes. So here I want to point out that there's 3 little kiosks at this stand. We've got the blue one, the red one, and the green one. The red one seems to be taken care of by a Nurse Joy, so this is probably heal your Pokemon. I'm not too sure what the blue and the green are for though, but we do see them meeting up here, which I find very interesting. And they're able to wave, and he's able to adjust his glasses, so maybe there's the presence of emotes in the game. Maybe you'll be able to emote to your friends. Alright, and here we see what I assume is the new trading screen, where you trade 2 of your Pokemon. There we go. We see some Venonats bounding down the terrain, which I absolutely love. We got the sun busy setting there. I wonder if we're going to have a day-night cycle. This is obviously where the ruins were earlier, and we can see her running away from it, so it looks like I was wrong about the ghost sort of thing, but who knows. And here we see a return of the Galar favorites as she runs through the cave. Obviously, this is, I would assume, a much more high-level area, because you wouldn't want to run into these guys as you're starting out. Also, some friends from Alola, and a bit of crates washed up on the shore there. Got some Cryogonal there. And Gengar. Talonflame. And here we get a look at what I assume is going to be one of the first gyms in the game. We've got a giant windmill over here, and we've got the pattern. Now, pay attention to this crystalline pattern, because it keeps coming up. And I don't know if that's important. We'll have to wait and see. But you do see that all the different colors of flowers, we've got orange flowers, blue flowers, yellow flowers, and purple flowers surrounding this arena. So I wonder if this is hinting that gyms will have different types in them and not just one type per gym, if there are even going to be gyms, but this definitely does look like a place. Also, there's a sunflower potted here. Now, is this a regional sunflora, or is this just a sunflower? We'll have to wait and see. We see these flags with a star imprint on them with flames. Is this like the team? I know Spain is absolutely football crazy, so like similar to UK is, so maybe the gym battle is similar to how it was in Galar, where it's very commercialized. We'll have to see. Here we see a Pokemon erupting from the ground as we got another fenced off area to the top here and a sort of pole sticking out there. And we see a giant tower sticking out of the ground with some light posts here, and it shows the same 2 shots we've seen before over there. We see them running through the grass. And that is all we see for the main portion of the trailer. Now it moves on to not actual game footage, which I wish was actual game footage because it looks absolutely gorgeous. We go through the crevasse here, down onto the ocean and up onto the top of the spire. And we are met with the first glimpse of the legendaries. Alright, so already you can see the contrast that I was talking about earlier. The scales, the feathers, the sort of pucker mark scales over here, and the webbed fingers of this legendary. Compared to the slim neon lines, the metallic finish, the almost carbon fiber look of this Pokemon's stomach here. We definitely have a sort of old world versus new world vibe going on here. As you can see clearly in these 2 Pokemon. This one even has digitized eyes. And the 2 books close, and the legendaries are on the surface. And so ends the trailers. But there's a little bit more. And I want you guys to pay attention to this, because the Pokemon Company generally doesn't include unnecessary bits. So releasing worldwide on Friday 18th of November. Super excited. Digital pre-orders are available. But look at this, guys. Remember I told you to think about that crystalline surface? What could it mean? We see a Pokeball shining with light coming out of this crystalline surface. Now, in the card game, they've just released Radiant Pokemon. I wonder if that has something to do with the mechanics or the special gimmick of this generation. Alright, so just give me a second here. Just want to make a quick adjustment as we go over here and exit out of here. Alright, so Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We're now on the official Pokemon website. We're going to scroll down a bit and you'll see here new Pokemon to discover. Learn new details about Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly, the three Pokemon from which you'll choose your first partner, along with other wonderful new Pokemon, including the legendary Pokemon Koraidon and Miraidon. So, let's have a look here, shall we? Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly are put out there. If we click on Sprigatito, as always, it says capricious and attention seeking. It may sulk if it sees its trainer giving attention to a Pokemon other than itself. The jealous girlfriend Pokemon. We also have a kneading move that releases a sweet aroma. When Sprigatito kneads and rubs with its forepaws, it makes biscuits. A sweet aroma is released that can mesmerize those around it. This aroma has therapeutic qualities and makes opponents lose their will to battle. Fur with a similar composition to plants. The composition of its fluffy fur is similar to that of plants, letting it create energy by absorbing sunlight. It adds moisture to its fur by grooming itself, which aids its ability to photosynthesize. Pretty cool, guys. So let's move on now to our next friend, which is Fuecoco. Fuecoco is laid back and does things at its own pace. It loves to eat, and it will sprint towards any food that it finds with a glint in its eye. A hungry guy. External heat is absorbed by the square scales on Fuecoco's stomach and back. Also, guys, notice the texturing. I absolutely love that detail that they've added to Pokemon now. You can actually see the little square scales. Then converted into fire energy. These scales are always warm, and at times they can also grow very hot. Flickering atop Fuecoco's head is fire energy that is leaking out from inside the Pokemon's body. When Fuecoco gets excited, its head spouts more flames. Alright, it's got sort of like a mohawk design to it, and of course our friend Quaxly here. This serious-mannered Pokemon will follow in its trainer's wake. It's tidy and it especially dislikes getting its head dirty. So let me know in the comments, guys. Are you Team Fuecoco, Team Sprigatito, or Team Quaxly? A glossy gel protects its body. Its body is always glossy because the gel secreted by its feathers repels water and grime. The coif on its head is slicked back using a rich, moist cream, and it becomes unkempt when dry. It uses its strong legs to swim freely. It has strong legs and is able to swim without difficulty, even in places with strong currents. In battle, it kicks its opponents swiftly and repeatedly. This shot might have just won me over for Quaxly. It's just so awesome. I might be Team Quaxly, guys. Alright, let's move on now to the legendaries. Guys, remember the theme of transport? Here we have wheels. Very, very visible wheels on this Pokemon's body. Very primal, spiky wheels, but wheels nonetheless. Over here we have sort of like a futuristic jet speeder with turbo engines coming out the back and lightning shooting out the front. I wonder if these Pokemon are going to be like Transformers that can transform into vehicles. I don't know, crazy idea, but they definitely have vehicle themes to them. That being said, there have been legendaries before themed after vehicles, like Genesect or like Latios and Latias. Also, Donphan is not a legendary, but it is themed after the wheel itself. So there have been Pokemon with vehicle themes, but never this strongly pronounced like this. I wonder if that has anything to do with the whole idea of them. So, Koraidon and Miraidon grace the covers of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet respectively. Koraidon is a legendary Pokemon that you can meet in Pokemon Scarlet, and Miraidon is a legendary that you can meet in Pokemon Violet. The two Pokemon are said to have powers that far surpass those of other Pokemon, but details about Koraidon and Miraidon are still shrouded in mystery. So, far surpass those of other Pokemon. I wonder if that means that just legendary stats, or if that means that they're actually going to top Mewtwo and the name evades me, the green giant dragon. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've forgotten it. But yeah, the Pokemon Emerald Dragon dude. Rayquaza. There we go. It came back to me eventually. We've got Poor Me over here. Which is absolutely adorable. He's like, oh, poor me. But poor me is one of the Pokemon used by Nimona, your friend. Notice not rival. Once again, your friend. Electricity discharging organs on its forepaws. So once again, you can see over here the electricity coming from the paws, which is actually a nice little animation detail that I like, I approve. In addition to the electric sacs on its cheeks, Pawmi has electricity discharging organs in its forepaws. It generates electricity by rubbing its cheeks. Then it shocks its opponents by touching them with the pads on its forepaws, almost like a defibrillator. Thick fur that stores electricity. Not only is the fur that covers its body good insulation against the cold, but it also serves the purpose of storing electricity. When it feels uneasy, this cautious Pokemon will begin rubbing its cheeks, preparing itself to discharge an electric shock. I think personally that this is one of the better Pika clones. I much prefer it to the ones we've had in the past 2 generations, but it's absolutely adorable either way. I really love this art of it. Like I said, I'm not too crazy about it in its form here, but here it's just so cute. I think they made a mistake by taking the lines away. I know most people don't like the lines, but I think the lines really add definition to the creatures. All right, let's move on now to the next one, which is everyone's favorite, Lechonk. Mr. Chunky Boy over here. Lechonk is one of the Pokemon used by Nimona, your friend, once again. A gourmand with an excellent nose, Lechonk uses its sense of smell to find and eat only the most fragrant wild grasses and the richest berries. As a result of its dining habits, it has come to radiate an aroma resembling herbs that bug Pokemon dislike. Now, pigs in France, the Iberian boar is known for sniffing out truffles, if I'm not mistaken, so this is quite apt. Timid and faint-hearted, but also strong, if attacked by an opponent and startled, it will charge forward in a panic. It may appear fat at first glance, but in reality the Pokemon's body is mostly muscle, built by constantly walking around in search of food. It's not fat, it's muscle. That's what every slightly overweight person will have you believe. Alright, and over here we've got Smoliv. Mr. Small Olive. Smoliv is one of the Pokemon used by Nimona, once again. Oil so bitter and astringent it will make you flinch. The oil that comes out of its head has a very strong bitter taste and is not suitable for consumption, unlike olive oil, which is actually really, out of the oils, one of the better ones. When startled or attacked, Smoliv will shoot this oil out, slowing its opponent down. It will then seize that moment to run away, fine without eating or drinking. In the fruit on its head, Smoliv stores oil made from nutrients that it gathers through photosynthesis. As a result, it can go for a week without eating or drinking. It prefers dry and sunny climates and seems to spend its days sunbathing. Alright guys, let's now come over to the Explore section. In Pokemon and Scarlet Violet games, the newest chapters in the Pokemon series are coming to Nintendo Switch later this year. With these new titles, the Pokemon series takes a new evolutionary step, allowing you to explore freely in a richly expressed open world. So there we go guys, from their own mouth, open world. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet offer an open world experience that only the Pokemon series can deliver, one welcoming to newcomers, even newcomers to the series. You can experience a new style of adventure with a world that you're free to explore at your leisure, and not in an order dictated by the story. You will, of course, journey to hone your skills as a Pokemon trainer, but many more discoveries and stories await you. Meet a variety of people and Pokemon, and adventure in the world of Pokemon the way you want to. Okay, and here's more shots that we've seen before in the trailer. A deeper experience with multiplayer gameplay. This is what we're interested in here, guys. Never before seen. I don't think we've ever had a Pokemon game with such in-depth multiplayer. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet allow multiplayer gameplay with up to 4 players. Along with series staples such as trading and battling Pokemon, you'll be able to explore the various locations of the region in these games with other players. You can discover new Pokemon and explore unfamiliar areas with your friends and family, opening the door to an adventure more precious and fun than ever. Alright, and there's some shots from the multiplayer there. Also, notice the yellow bench over there. I wonder if that's where you sit to wait for a multiplayer interaction. Alright, let's come over here to characters. And we've got the main characters of here. As one of the main characters, you'll set off on your adventure. Your outfit will vary depending on whether you play Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet. Who knows what kind of story awaits you? Two different professors. Alright, guys, and in this picture here, you can really see what I was saying. The old world versus the new world. The cave woman versus the future sci-fi professor. For the first time in the series, one of two different professors will appear in your game depending on the version you choose to play. In Pokemon Scarlet, you'll meet Professor Sada. In Pokemon Violet, you'll meet Professor Turo. Each is carrying out research into certain lore passed down in the region. Nimona, a powerful Pokemon trainer. Your friend Nimona has a sunny and energetic disposition, and she absolutely loves Pokemon battles. She's an experienced Pokemon trainer and serves as a reliable guide for you on your adventures. She has undisputed skill in battle, though it does also seem that she's not the best at throwing Pokeballs. I wonder if that's what this gauntlet glove style thing is for. Okay, and are you these three's trainer? That's a very interesting line there. Guys, are you these three's trainer? Are we going to get all three starters and not have to choose at the beginning? Is that going to be something new in the game? That we don't choose a starter, we just get all three? I don't know how to feel about that. Whether that's a good or bad thing. It's new. But as you saw there, while it was loading in, guys, in the background, look at this. We see that crystalline pattern again in the very background of the web page. So, what can that mean? I'm not entirely sure. You guys will have to tell me if you have any theories about it. But as always, my name is Athais. Good night. God bless. Bye for now.